PS4, but I ain't never beat it, so play this old shit again. Ain't nothing else to do. Throw something on. As always, YouTube. We're actually talking about something today on YouTube. Find it crazy when I got plans to pick my son up to do things with him. She always got some type of plan. My baby mama always got something going on to where I can't. But then it just hit me up in random days out the week, like, can you come pick him up? Which I ain't got no problem with doing, but when I want to come get him for stuff that I want to take him to go do, I can't never seem to do. Who else seem to be having that issue with their baby mama or baby daddy? You know what I'm saying? Leave that in the comments. You know, I get tired of that shit there. I promise you I do. Let's go with man, it is hot as hell up in here. Turn the AC on in this bitch. The load time on that motherfucker is something serious. I don't know if y'all can hear that in the video. That shit loud as hell. Let's turn this shit on. Some background music, man. I don't know how many of y'all know about Hebrew Israelites, black Hebrew Israelites, and all of that.
You gotta think about it, though. If nobody, if there was no walls holding these people in, if there were no chains literally around their feet every second of the day, if there wasn't no, like y'all saw the movie Alex recently, like they just didn't leave.
Like, we just watched this nigga stream this shit last episode. You finna watch this shit again, cause I died, nigga. I'd be wondering how these folks be in this Israelite community and be scared to call out other brothers and sisters that's in the community that's making the rest of the community look bad. I don't wanna know how niggas be up on the damn in them camps. That's some shit I really don't understand. I don't.
Because around the rest of the world, it honestly wasn't like that.
Get that at all.
So it seemed like these was little pocket places.
You can't even talk to a lot of these brothers and sisters. They got some fucked up attitudes. Be talking crazy and shit. The internet is one of the most wildest, disrespectful places in the world. But I guess it's easy to be able to handle yourself like that in the internet universe, because you really ain't got to worry about coming in contact and seeing a motherfucker face to face. So I suppose it would make it easy for a motherfucker to act and talk like that. But that's some wild shit too. A person can disrespect you in so many ways and levels. It's ridiculous, and you can't do nothing to them, because it ain't illegal to talk shit to a motherfucker, but it's illegal for you to put your hands on a motherfucker.
You just saw Yahweh. You just see Yahweh.
To me, I feel like that's some shit that's out of pocket right there. Is if you can talk all crazy and disrespect the motherfucker, a person ought to be able to motherfucker put their hands on you, put them ha-has on your ass.
They affirmed that their captivity, the Hebrews, resolved to separate themselves from the heathen and to seek a spot where they might religiously observe the law, for the violation of which they have been so severely punished. See, remember I kept telling you the Hebrews kept breaking the law.
Nothing but yeah, breaking the law. The niggas is goddamn whoremongers and the females is whores. Attention whores like a motherfucker too.
They would be punished because he was a jealous God.
Never seen nothing like that shit. And to put Israel on their status as far as their names and shit go on the social media, but carry themselves like, man, it's just ridiculous. It made me shame to say I'm a part of that nonsense.
Genesis, right? Don't it say that? It also say in 120 that Yaakov rapped with the devil. Right? It say that. So right here,
got him another one.
They needed to separate themselves from the heathen. That was anybody that was not Hebrew. Meaning people who were of the 12 bloodline that were meant to intermarry to be able to produce writers and people. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is what they was doing. Based on the experiment that Yaakov had started with the Goyim, who was the cattle, right? It said that Yaakov took the brown speckled cattle from the black cattle and the white cattle. That's what we say in Genesis. And that's translated to us through the 120 where it says Yaakov took the black gene, the brown gene, grafted that mother, create the other people, the other colors, who then created laws who now were under a color of law that they can now be put, can now be used to put the original people that helped create them under it. Why? Because they broke their religious covenant with their God, Yahweh, who we just saw. That's essentially essence of what makes making relationships with. Because these old entities was losing control on a physical plane. Based upon the spread.
Yeah, well, this seems dangerous. Some bitch.
According to the reports, them to have to migrate to a country which was uninhabited and so far distant that they journeyed for a year and a half or even more. This theory is further supported by the writings of the famous Manasseh ben Israel, Black, who tells us that America and Asia, now separated by the Bering Strait, that's the Strait of Kamchatka that I'm talking about, were formerly one continent, and during an early period, these Hebrews penetrated to the Americas by land. Okay? These Indians, as well as the ancient Hebrews. Do we see the difference? The Indians reckon time in the same manner as the Hebrews. Let's go further. Right? Because these Hebrews, although
come on, man.
melanated people and a part of the so-called tribes, right?
Okay, y'all ready to go ahead and let them kill me. I ain't need to fight back.
Themselves based upon their covenant with their God. That said they could only marry amongst each other and only look out for people who was Hebrew. Understand? What does Hebrew mean?
It don't mean too much for nothing nowadays, the way some of these folks carry themselves.
You cross over to what? The covenant. With who?
I guess it already started me off with the key.
You see what I'm saying? And so this has bound our people to this covenant for hundreds of years. Not us, not all of us, but a lot of us. municipalities and powers. Power in high places. That's what these things are. And these are the things that help to obfuscate one's relationship with their genetic past, with their ancestors, to know what happened. So people can come in and change
Jump
it.
out there, baby.
Like what you see them doing with Hollywood and stuff is exactly what they did with our own history. What they're doing with their own history is what they did to ours. They're altering it. They're changing it. They're making you hate it. Because they can't make anything new. Why? Because they can't get out. So they gotta keep recycling the same thing, and they can't go to nobody outside of them, because if they do, it's over. The Indians, who they call today the Native Americans, reckon the same manner as the Hebrews because they were under the Hebrews in that mass expulsion that came around the time of the 13th century when they sent James and them. When James and them sent all of them mastodons and over for a little light invasion. And they got shut down. So they couldn't live in the cities. They couldn't live by the mountains. They didn't have nothing to do with none of that. Their true ancestral land is in across the so-called Bering Strait, which is the Strait of Kamchatka. The 88 miles
you should have saw me. I don't know how you didn't see that shit.
A part of the Muscovy.
Yeah, the Bering Strait. That's something that helped me to believe that the world is flat.
Black Russians was running everything.
Black Russians. A lot of people don't know about that.
So
The Dark Ages. A lot of people don't know about the Dark Ages.
This is why they're persecuted. The Indians, as well as the ancient Hebrews, lived in tribes ruled by a chief, and their forms of government were almost identical. The clan system of the Indian has preserved a clue to some of the mysterious rites of the early Hebrews, because the Hebrews taught them. What is now known by the clan system of the Iroquois explains what formerly mystical was about the tribes of Israel, because the tribe of the Iroquois Confederacy was that. They are that, but they weren't the Mexican-looking ones that they showing us today, and there's no disrespect to them. They can be whatever they are. Their ancestors were the ones that was out there going at the buffalo and all of that, but we didn't let them into the cities like that. They wasn't coming around the holy mounds and all of that. They was not doing that because they was regulated before the white man got here. So if people want to say that they're descended from them, that's fine. They was the ones worshiping the sky and all of that. We wasn't doing none of that. We was building aqueducts and all of that still. That's why the white man broke all of the treaties with them. Yes, worshiping the corn and all of that. We wasn't doing none of that. Don't let the movie break for you. None of that was happening. None of that was going on. That's all modern day. We're trying to make everybody hate men. Like, none of that is real, man. Men fought and died to protect women by the millions in these wars, yo. How many men died so that women wouldn't be raped? You don't even think of shit like that. That's how ill it was. You know how many men had to kill them, their wife and themselves to stop both of them from being raped and violated?
Come on, man.
You have to do something like that.
Fucking, I'm tired of trying to be sneaky.
Go back and look at the slave
Whooping my ass.
Look what school teaching tried to come and get the baby, and she killed the babies and stuff, and he looked at her and was like, she an animal, because he looking at her like, wow, you so broke mentally. You're so gone. I got you so wrapped up in this little...
I don't assassinate this motherfucker when it's next to tip. I'm jumping to another game.
That they run, because the government at the time is being run by so-called black men. So it's not making sense. Somebody lying. Somebody.
A lot of truth being spoken. Don't nobody want to believe it.
If it wasn't for men, none of us would be here. If it wasn't for women, none of us would be here.
Yet we can't seem to get along for nothing in the world. Make that shit make sense.
I can see it in the sense of the 9 months and the time after to rear the children and stuff like that. Yeah.
Can't be more important than the other. Equally both needed.
When it comes to the point that you're willing to castigate an entire gender while at the same time stating that you have the right to change your gender, while at the same time, you see what I'm saying? You're going from one frequency, you're going from a 350 hertz to a 450 hertz, then down to a 650 hertz. You see what I'm saying? Think about it like that. Cover them. That's what allows them to flip it. That's what allows them to get it on. The word sheik, we can agree, is an Islamic word. We can all agree that. We can all agree to that. That's an Islamic word.
Got him, coach.
Okay? We can all agree and say yes to that. Yet, we're still looking at it like the word, when we say when a sheik, now we're somehow taking the Islamic part.
Come on, man. Yeah, I'm done with this shit.
Reading it, not us, but like other people reading.
Play some